So in this video, we're going to be exposing the hypocrisy within the Passport Bros movement and debunking several narratives and talking points that they promote. Let's get into it.
Cost of an adult passport as of 2022, I believe, is $130. But y'all won't pay for a dinner date at Applebee's for 2 for $20 because that's gold digging if she expects you to pay, and she should split that bill with you.
This is one of the biggest talking points within the Passport Bros movement, that you're so-called simping, gold digging, etc. when you provide for an American woman. But meanwhile, these same Passport Bros who promote this particular talking point are going overseas and providing for random women, paying random women's rent, paying random women's bills, tricking off on prostitutes, doing all these monetary examples for women overseas, but will get mad when an American woman expects you to provide for her. It's pure hypocrisy.
Y'all will buy a plane ticket to go to another country to pay a woman or a femme-presenting person to have adult relations with you, but won't go to therapy because that's a waste of money.
These types of men would rather use that money to trick off on prostitutes overseas as opposed to actually spending the money to improve his life. Whether it's therapy, a gym membership, etc. They value their tricking money more than the money that they'll spend to actually improve their life.
But you won't go on dates with women that are not exclusive and having adult relations with you and pay for things for them because you don't want to be used for your money.
Meanwhile, most of these men who are providing for overseas women are getting used for their money. These foreign women are really running up a bag on these Passport Bros.
You won't pay for a matchmaker or a lifestyle coach to help you work on finding a woman that would be a suitable partner for you. But you will go to another country and pay a human trafficker or a PIMP to give you access to someone that's probably underage to exploit them in order to get yourselves off.
Pedophilia is a very common act within the Passport Bros movement, and not just within Passport Bros, within sex tourists worldwide, whether they're white, Asian, Hispanic, or whatever. A lot of these traveling sex tourists, Passport Bros included, are going overseas and messing with minors. That's why they go to certain countries. Notice that they don't go to countries where the economic state is in a good condition. They almost exclusively travel to places where the economic state isn't in a good condition in their attempt to exploit destitute women. Penalties for pedophilia aren't as strict in certain places that they love traveling to, hence why they travel over there. They wouldn't get away with it in the US, so that's why they have to travel overseas to engage in that type of behavior.
In this entire video, right, you're proudly holding up your passports as a flex on American women, specifically black women that are no longer co-signing to patriarchal BS and the misogyny that is a lot of you black men in this country, in order to show us that you have options. Much like when y'all ran to white women and said that they were the preferential women.
This sector of self-hating black men didn't just originate with the Passport Bros movement. It's been going on for many years, especially under the movement called SYSBM, which stands for Save Yourself Black Men. And that particular movement basically advocated chasing after white women, not messing with black women, viewing black women as evil, and only going after white women and praising white women as the preferential race. But then when that inevitably backfired, they then started chasing after foreign women, which is what you see now with the Passport Bros movement. And foreign women, hence, like I said many times before, they're going over there to chase after destitute women. They're not going after foreign women who have the same economic standing as they do. They're going after women who are in a poorer situation in an attempt to coerce her to getting with them simply for monetary reasons.
And much like how y'all ran to every other non-black woman and said that they were the preferential women, you may have found a couple of outlier black women pick-me's that were in their feelings, but the vast majority of us did not give two collective fucks rubbed together. But tell me something, incel black men, you red pill popping, podcast watching, pathetic excuses for men. Tell me this. If y'all are so desirable, right? If y'all are what every woman wants, why y'all got to go so far and work so hard and spend so much money just to find a woman to lay down with you?
You know, that right there, that was a mic drop. I can't even lie about that. But listen, that pretty much describes the average passport bro who thinks he's desirable to every single foreign woman just because he has an American passport. It's sad how gullible they are, believing all these talking points and narratives that these content creators are pushing to them without doing any research for themselves. But they'll get their wake-up call when they travel.
Girl, hold up now. Hold up, because you might be on to. Are the black men following in their white zaddies' footsteps by trying to colonize unconquered women in other countries with their passports?
And she brings up another valid point. The main profile of sex tourists, both historically and presently, are white men, white sex tourists. They account for the biggest proportion of sex tourists, like I said, both historically and presently.
Are the ninjas doing what their white daddy did and taking their patriarchal, misogynistic tour on the road? They can't conquer the Americanized, feminized women. So they are now, they really out here. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. These men are going to impoverished countries, finding women who are desperate for a way out and exploiting that desperation to get their adult, grown man needs met.
As immoral as that is to most people worldwide, these passport bros and other races of men who are sex tourists don't view that as immoral and will promote and applaud that type of behavior in actions overseas.
It's giving colonizer. It's giving colonizer. It's giving I'm following in the master's footsteps. See, it was already gross, but for black men to be doing this, it's even more disgusting to me now. Because why are y'all doing to these other women in other countries what white men did to black men when they came to Africa? Instead of the good book, it's a passport.
If you didn't catch that reference she just made, I'll give it some more context. Historically speaking, so-called Christian colonizers, when they traveled in colonized lands, they would go rape all the local women. And the offspring and later descendants of the women that they raped had a lighter skin, you could even say a white complexion. And that particular complexion looks nothing like the Aboriginal people of that land. And that's why certain groups within the Caribbean, Central America, and South America have the appearance that they do today. That's a pretty quick summary of one of countless examples of what the European colonizers did when they came over here. And these same types of colonizer actions are the same actions that passport bros are making when they travel overseas.
I give up.
So that's the end of the video. The first half of this video mainly exposed the hypocrisy of certain narratives and talking points within the Passport Bros movement, and then the second half exposed the actions that they promote while going overseas. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and stay tuned to the channel.